No one left behind is more than a standard we all live up to. It is a way of life. It is part of our mission. If you or someone you know finds themselves struggling with their mental health, please contact the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline by dialing 988 on your mobile phone or text 838 255 to speak or chat with a qualified counselor. Hello, Run for the Wall family, and welcome to the Run for the Wall podcast, where we are over here gearing up for our kickstands up in May. I am Hitch, and as always, I'm joined with Boots. Hey, Boots, how you doing?
Hey, everybody. Is it May yet?
We are getting there. We are getting there. And in studio today, we have our special guest. And I think you all are in for a treat. That's what everyone tells me. Everyone's like, oh, y'all are in for a treat. We have Mike Bonehead Kyzer. Hey, Bonehead, how you doing?
Hey, how's everybody doing today?
I'm doing all
I'm
right.
doing good.
It's good to see you, Bonehead. I got to say, Hitch, that not everybody told me that I was in for a treat. Everybody told me to buckle your seatbelt and hold on tight.
Well, okay.
That would have been bugs.
Yeah, I think it was bugs.
I was like, okay, that sounds more like what they were saying. But I mean, I look at that as a treat. A time will be had.
Okay. All right.
I promise to be on my best behavior.
On what behavior?
My best behavior.
Oh, okay. Well,
all right.
Okay.
Let's see where your best falls on the.
It's pretty low on the scale.
It's okay, Bonehead. Mine too.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what happens.
All right, but if you are new to the podcast, I'll tell you a little bit about what Run for the Wall is. If you're an FNG and you've been tuning into the podcast, you probably already know and can explain it to others by now, which may happen while you're out on the run. People may come up to you and ask, like, hey, what is this? And what we are, Run for the Wall, is the largest, oldest, and longest cross-country motorcycle run in support of military, veterans, prisoners of war, KIA, and we're just here doing our part to live our mission and remember those who served.
Yeah, and just so everyone out there, if you're listening for the first time, you don't know a whole lot about Run for the Wall. Mm-hmm. It's way more than just a motorcycle ride.
Absolutely.
It's a mission. It's a family. It's an experience of a lifetime. And if you, like me, before I ever did Run for the Wall, I always had, on my bucket list to ride my motorcycle across the country. Mm-hmm. Well, now I've done it, I don't know, not dozens of times, but at least a dozen times. Mm-hmm. And it's with Run for the Wall, and it's amazing. It's quite an experience. And I don't know where else you can go and join a group and have a 10-day ride across the country where everything is so organized, and the food and the fuel and the stops. It's just an amazing experience.
Absolutely. And for those of you who are not watching us via YouTube or video, Boots, your beard is getting quite gnarly. It's filling in nicely.
Thank you.
So you planning to make like the May debut with your new beard?
I guess so.
You got some catching up to do.
And I was going to say that. I was going to say Bonehead's beard, he has the whole Santa vibe going on. Like it's yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
All right. So what do we have for sponsors?
Well, as ever, we can't get the Run for the Wall off the ground without the help and sponsorship and generosity of a whole lot of people. At the top of our list is Chad Fuller at Fuller Law. They donate legal counsel to Run for the Wall and support us in many, many ways. And they are awesome. So if you or someone finds themselves in need of legal counsel, you can reach them at 1-855-FULLER-LAW. That's FULLERLAW, or on the internet at fullerlawforriders.com. Also, the Greater Ontario Convention and Visitors Bureau, every year we kick off in Ontario in May, and they really roll out the red carpet for us with their hospitality and generosity and accommodation for all the Run for the Wall riders. And they give us, the billboards. We got Run for the Wall up all over Ontario. It's quite an amazing sight. Also, following each of the 4 routes, we have hydration trailers, and the hydration team stocks those trailers with beverages, electrolytes, all kinds of drinks from Pepsi and from Coca-Cola. Both companies sponsor Run for the Wall in slightly different ways, but we have a lot of products from them. Also, those hydration trailers have snacks and all kinds of goodies that come from a variety of sources. But PepsiCo and Coca-Cola are our biggest donors there, and we give them a great shout out. So grab a Pepsi or a Coke today, and we'll see you in May. Also, we get support from AMSOIL. It's great motor oil. It's the #1 in synthetics. I run it in all my stuff. It's can't recommend it highly enough. There's a link on our website to find out more about AMSOIL and buy some product. Also, Climb riding gear. Again, I think it's absolutely the Mount Everest of riding gear. They have a sponsorship available for Run for the Wall riders, and you can find out more by going to the homepage at rftw.us and scrolling about 3/4 of the way down, and there's a banner there for Climb, and you can find out how to get the Run for the Wall sponsorship deal from our Climb representative. And finally, Nelson Rig, who also is a fantastic motorcycle industry sponsor. They've got all kinds of bags and gear and rain gear. If you're looking for rain gear, they've got great rain gear. I've got a tail bag on my new Pan America from Nelson Rig, and they're offering a 25% discount for Run for the Wall riders.
That's a hefty discount.
It is, and that's also available. You can get that discount code off of our homepage.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I use their gear. I love their rain gear.
For Nelson Rig?
Yes.
Yeah.
The best I've ever had. Harley Davidson stuff just seemed to shred compared to the Nelson.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. So, news and events. Just even saying this just makes it feel like, oh my goodness, we're getting so close. Countdown to Kickstands Up is 60 days out.
I know, I'm getting butterflies.
Today. I know. I was like, oh my gosh, my anxiety is starting to ramp up. And that's as of today. We're recording this podcast on Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th,
Friday, March 13th. So, 60 days to Kickstands Up in Ontario, California. Lot D, right? Lot D. Kickstands Up. And then kickstands go up for Sandbox Route in DC May 24th. So it's time. It's here.
Mm-hmm.
The hotel lists can be found on the website rftw.us. For those of you who may still be looking for roommates, head over to the forum and you may be able to find people who are looking to share rooms, and that information will be there. Camping list as well. You can find that information on the website. So whenever we mention hotel list, that's hotel/camping, anything regarding our accommodations for the run.
So camping, that means there's no hot tub in the hotel, right?
That's right.
But I mean,
that means there's no bed. There's only what you bring with you.
Yep.
I understand.
So also, we've got some volunteer positions that are still open on all 4 of the various routes. So if you're interested in volunteering, there's a volunteer sign-up form on the website. Let us know, and we'll fit you into a position that's open. And then we also got to mention merchandise. Run for the Wall is a nonprofit organization, but it still takes a lot of money to make this thing roll. Mm-hmm. And merchandise sales is how we fund a huge portion of Run for the Wall. And for all 4 routes, there are limited edition root shirts that are available at the merchandise store. And those are only on sale for a couple more days, and then they're gone forever.
That's until the 15th. So I'm going to do everything in my power to get this uploaded today. It's my bonus daughter's 16th birthday. So, we have dinner and all that. But I'm going to do everything within my power to get that up today. That way you all have a little more time to get your route shirts ordered. And you don't just have to order the one from your particular route. If you want to support the other routes, then that's totally fine. But Angie does have to get all those pre-orders in so that she can send it off in time to get those shirts made.
Yeah,
and
the shirts are looking really good too. So check them out. And
I think right now she told us the numbers. So Central is in the lead right now, followed by, was it Midway, then Southern and Sandbox?
I think so. But let's make it a little competition.
It's all I'm saying. It's all I'm saying.
Yeah. So if Central's in the lead right now, come on, Midway, get out there and buy some shirts. Buy them as gifts for your friends and family.
Yep,
and see if you can show Central Root up. And Southern and Sandbox. Yeah. Let's see who can do it.
Got mine ordered.
Okay, good.
Nice.
All right, let's talk about local meetups, because if you need your Run for the Wall fix and you just want to hang out with some Run for the Wall family, we have local meetups in Arizona. I know Bonehead goes to those. I've seen him there.
I set him up for a couple of years, and then Joe took over for me.
Right. Java Joe's heading those up now. There's local meetups in Colorado, in Mississippi, in Northern California, in Washington, D.C. You can check out the events calendar on the Run for the Wall website, also on the forum. And if there's not one in your area and you want to start one, hit me up and I'll help you get set up.
Thank you, Boots. All right, that brings us to this episode's Why We Ride.
Yeah, and as a little change up here, Bonehead is going to read the bio today.
Okay.
And I'm going to put Lori Ann Piestawa's image up on my screen here. And then, Bonehead, you can go for it.
Okay. Thank you. First and foremost, if you don't mind, I'd like to take a moment and send my deepest condolences to the families of the 11 brave military personnel we lost recently in Operation Epic Fury. We must remember all our troops in harm's way today and every day, both those at home and abroad, and continue to thank them for our enduring freedom and support them and their families and friends everywhere. There's nothing worse than being in combat operations, and I'd hate to be that person, and I'm so proud that we have those people to do that for us. Army Specialist Lori Ann Piestawa. She died March 23rd, 2003, serving during Operation Iraqi Freedom. She was 23, of Tuba City, Arizona. She was assigned to the 507th Maintenance Company, Fliss, Texas. She died March 23, 2003. Piestawa was killed in an ambush near Nasiriyah, Iraq, while serving. During the ambush, Piestawa's Humvee came under torrent of fire, in the words of the Army investigation of the battle. She drove at high speed, evading enemy fire until a rocket-propelled grenade hit her Humvee. The explosion sent her vehicle into the rear of a disabled tractor trailer. Piestawa, Johnson, and Lynch, all names we know, all survived the crash with injuries, while 3 other soldiers in the Humvee died. They were taken prisoner along with 4 others, with Piestawa dying of her wounds sooner. A video of some of the American prisoners of war, including Piestawa, filmed shortly before she died in an Iraqi hospital, was later shown around the world on Al Jazeera television. Piestawa was awarded the Art and the Prisoner of War Medal. The U.S. Army posthumously promoted her from private first class specialist. Piestawa was the first Native American woman to die in combat while serving in the U.S. military, and the first woman in the U.S. military killed in the Iraqi War. Piestawa was the daughter of a Vietnam veteran and a granddaughter of a World War I veteran. She was a source of pride for Tuba City, Arizona, a town of 8,200 people at the time on the Navajo reservation, but close to land. Piestawa was a single mother raising a 4-year-old son a single mother raised 4-year-old son Brandon and a 3-year-old daughter Carla. She enlisted the Army in 2000 and served as a commanding officer of junior ROTC in high school. In 2018, Piestewa became one of the inductees of the first induction ceremony held by the National Native American Hall of Fame. She can be found on the Middle East Conflicts Wall, Panel 4, Row 40. May we never forget the service and sacrifice of Specialist Lori-Ann Piestewa.
And then I just want to add that it's not the worst thing to die in war. It's not the worst thing to be missing in war. The worst thing is to be forgotten in war. That is why we say their names, tell their stories, and never forget. Lori-Ann Piestewa, you are not forgotten. Your memory and sacrifice on behalf of our beloved country lives on in our thoughts and in our hearts. You will always be remembered whenever we stand and sing the words, land of the free and home of the brave.
And Hitch and Boots, if I could add a couple of things. There's a couple, Lori-Ann, we're coming up on the March 23rd anniversary of the event, and there's a couple of things going on. We all are aware of a friend, Joe Hudson. We call him Gump. Ask him why. And just real shortly here, in 10 days, I believe it is, March 23rd, there'll be a sunrise ceremony at Piestewa Peak Park at Phoenix, Arizona, where the family and all those who want to honor her arrive at sunrise and watch the sunrise over the park. And I'll be there along with Gump, and I believe there'll be some more of the survivors will be there from the massacre at Nazaria, we call it, and also the route coordinator from Southern Route, Buzz, will be there this year. He'll be staying at my house, and then he'll be there with us, and that's coming up in a few days. And then after Run for the Wall, they have the Navajo Hopi Honor Riders that ride from 6-4 to 6-7 across the reservation in the Lori Honor Ride. And it'll go from Gallup to Flagstaff to Page to Window Rock. It loops all across the reservation. I'll miss it this year because I'll be staying on the East Coast after Run for the Wall. But speaking as a Navajo Hopi Honor Rider, which I am, on our Lori Piestewa Honor Run, we ride for, say the names of, and honor all 15 Navajo and Hopi who have lost their lives in the Middle East conflict since 2003. And don't know where or not, but Native Americans have an enlistment rate 2.5 times plus the general population. 25% of their young join the military, compared to maybe 6 to 10%, depending on what's going on in the regular world or in the general public. They're a very patriotic group, so that's why I'm very involved with the Navajo Hopi Honor. And one final thing about the Lori, her mom was in Heroes Casino once, waiting for us to ride the Nation of Patriots flag across the reservation, and she was going to go from Twin Arrows outside of Flagstaff over to Winslow with us. And I had one road captain t-shirt left, and I said, I'll give you this t-shirt if you'll ride on the back of my bike. And she said, that's very cool. I was the head road guard, and I said, well, I'll put her up at the front. I talked to the other road guards, and I said, I'm going to put her right at the front, and I'm going to stay there at the front with her, and she'll be right at the front of the procession. It was about 100 bikes, and she'll ride right behind the police that are escorting us, right in front, excuse me, all the way up to the front, and stay there and ride across town. And she was so excited. She got on the bike, and up rides Joe Hudson on his non-Harley Davidson motorcycle. I believe he rides a Goldwing or a BMW. I think it's a Goldwing. Gump rides up, looks at her, and says, Mom, what are you doing? We call her Mom. It's Percy, but we call her Mom. Mom, what are you doing? And she said, Joseph, buy a Harley.
The disrespect.
He was road guarding that time, so every time he went by, he had to see her riding on the back of the Harley.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, that's my Gump story about Mom Piestewa. I had to put that in there. I'm sorry.
No, that's great.
It really is, and I'm sure that meant so much to her.
Yeah, she did enjoy it, and Carla was there, and Brandon were there. I still keep in touch with Carla and Mom every year that I can get up for the NHHR ride, or we see them at the event down here in Phoenix. So they're family, and we love them, and we wish only the best for them.
Thank you so much for sharing that. All right, so now we're going to go into our customs and traditions, and it's really funny that you mentioned Gump a couple of times, and it's like ask him how he got that name, because today we're actually going to talk about road names and how that becomes one of our customs and traditions, and how you end up with said road names.
Yeah, so road names are a funny thing, and a lot of Run for the Wall riders have some pretty prolific road names. The thing about road names, and I didn't understand this before I did Run for the Wall, is you cannot give yourself a road name, and if you do, be prepared because it'll be changed. And road names are also sometimes they're not forever. Sometimes they get changed on you for one reason or another. Like FaceTime is now Horton, and who Horton. Here's a who. But usually what happens with a road name, like if you're an FNG and you're coming on the run this year and you're like, you saw that on the entry form, like when I first filled out the registration form for Run for the Wall, it said road name. I'm like, road name? I'm like, what? I don't know. What does that mean? Well, usually you don't have to put anything down. Leave it blank if you don't have a road name. But if you hang around Run for the Wall long enough, you become Run for the Wall family. And invariably you'll do something that's silly, or you'll mess up, or you'll do something that's really stupid and sort of a bonehead move, and you'll wind up with a road name like Bonehead. And well, I'm sure we'll hear that story in a few minutes. But or like my road name is Boots because I wear these really crazy red, white, and blue road racing boots on Run for the Wall, and I thought it would just be patriotic, but the road guards ended up telling me my road name was Boots, and so it stuck. And but it's just kind of a fun thing. It's an endearing thing. There are some road names that are a little bit not racy. Well, we shortened one of the road guards' names was well, let's just say it's shortened to Nuts now because he's a little bit crazy. And actually, I heard that Ed was in the hospital, so and struggling with some health issues. But that's well, I'll just say effing Nuts, and that was shortened to Nuts. But I hope Nuts is doing better. I didn't even mean to talk about him on this, but he just came to mind while I was talking about road names. But there's just crazy road names. We've got several people named Catfish. Even on the Central Route, and there's Hitch. There's, it's Gump. It just spans a variety, but it's a lot of fun. Come on the run. If you don't have a road name, I'm sure you'll end up with one, right, Hitch?
That is correct. And what's funny, I had just been given the name Hitch, which was short for trailer hitch, which turned into like hitchhiker. We just shortened it to Hitch. And then a couple of road guards, they were like, no, you don't get some cute little name. And because I asked a question about my mishap, and the response was both sides. And they were like, matter of fact, that's your road name, both sides. And I was like, no, because I just got Hitch. I was like, it's Hitch.
Yeah, it's Hitch.
But I still hold both sides to my heart, and I will never forget both sides.
That's because when you went down, you both sides of your bike got damaged, right?
Yeah, I was like, well, what side did I land on? And
both sides.
And he was like you high sided, like you land on both sides. Matter of fact, that's your new road name, both sides.
But didn't you actually land on your feet?
Well, when I went off the road, I guess the bike kind of hit both sides, and then I popped up in the air. When I came down, I landed on my feet.
Yeah, because that was the last thing I heard from, well, FaceTime, now Horton, on the radio was, oh my gosh, she landed on her feet. And then I was out of range, and I'm like,
I refused to go down. No. It was a no for me.
I can ride this out. That's what you say. I can ride this out.
It's like
no, you didn't, but yeah,
like a mechanical bull. I was like, hey. No,
but we don't like to talk about those incidents too often, but it is how Hitch got part of how she got her road name, because if that hadn't happened, she wouldn't have hitched a ride.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, that's right.
and to be fair, it was raining and we were in a construction zone, and it was a perfect storm of conditions
Yeah.
that day. So,
But that's why
Yeah.
we preach all the time, like when we talk about tech tips with Ted, and we talk about like being safe, and there's nothing wrong. Like if you don't feel comfortable riding in certain conditions, or you're like, you know what, let me tap out and I'll just ride outside the pack for a few miles for whatever like, that is okay. Do what feels safest for you, because that's what matters most. But I'm glad that you brought up road names as a part of our customs and traditions, because a lot of you out there may or may not remember on last year's run, Central Route, I went around asking people like, what's your road name? How'd you get it? What's your road name? How'd you get it? And I recorded a lot of them. Unfortunately, for FaceTime and Bones, something went wrong with the sound. I'll just probably do a voiceover or something for those. But I am going to start getting those posted probably this weekend as well, so that you all can start seeing some of the footage from last year before we get into
that'll be
recording
fun.
this year. Yeah. And I thought that would be something cool for people to be able to connect with us, from social media and everything. Like, oh, these are the people who are out there. So yeah, you all will start seeing those soon. But for today, we are going to get into knowing Bonehead a little better. Okay, you ready for this? I hope everyone else is
Oh
ready
yeah,
for.
I got 13 pages of ready for this.
Oh my goodness! All right, well, let's start with, what is your name and where are you from?
Well, my name is Michael Bonehead Kyzer,
Mhm.
and I'm from Mesa, Arizona. Although I've lived all over the world, I had a father that was in the Air Force, so I was born in Japan, lived in Germany, lived all over the United States at various Air Force bases before coming to Arizona, because I live in Arizona because when it's snowing in the north, I can ride my motorcycle. So I've been a lifetime motorcycle rider since I was 15 years old. So
Wow.
yeah. Um, if you want to find
So
out about go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah. I was going to ask, how were you introduced to Run for the Wall?
Well, I've got a brother from named Bob Locke from Superstition Hog in Apache Junction, Arizona, out here by where I live. He asked me to ride with him in 2015. It was his F&G year. It was my F&G year. So we took the Central route, and I was hooked. As soon as I went on the Central route the first time, I was hooked. I had to take 16 and become a participant and just do one day in Arizona.
Okay.
And then 2017, ever since, I've done all the way, including, except for 2020, which was the postponed year, where Gunny was the only one I think that went across the country. And then 2021, I did a group called Like-Minded Patriots, and we crossed the country on the Southern Route at the hotels the same days to thank everybody that has set up for us and gone through all the hassle to set us up for all those years and not able for us to be there. So we did 2021 is kind of under duress. If you look at my patch, it's upside down, 2021, and it's Like-Minded Patriots, not Run for the Wall. And then I've been doing it ever since.
So, are you a veteran or no?
I am.
Okay. What branch
I'm
did
a
you?
Marine.
Okay.
Semper
So
Fi.
you grew up Air Force, and then you went
My
to.
sister and brother were Navy. My dad was Air Force, and I said, nope, I'm a Marine.
That explains a lot.
I spent 3+ years in the Marine Corps, mostly California Marine, 75 to 77. I'm probably one of the youngest Vietnam era veterans. I graduated from boot camp on the last day of the Vietnam War.
Oh wow.
And I went into PFC on the buddy program and came out of private with the general discharge. Don't get upset. I don't try to steal any valor anywhere. I did my best service for my career as when I'm doing for Run for the Wall, Nation of Patriots, and Navajo Hopi Honor Riders. per the 12th Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps, Gene Overstreet, who is a leader on the Midway route, I believe. He's leadership on the Midway route. I met him in a long conversation with him once, and he says, it doesn't matter what you did then, it matters what you're doing now.
Absolutely.
And I live by those words, and I have met other gunnery sergeants of the Marine Corps at other places in Hawaii and other places, and they've told me that sounds like Gene. That's the way Gene is, and I'm very proud to say that he's our brother for the wall, bro, and we can ride with him.
So coming from a family that, military centered, you're all covering 3 branches, like, who do you ride? Like, why do you ride, or who do you ride for?
Well,
Like, is it cut
why do
dry?
I ride, and who you heard who I ride for.
Yes.
I ride for Lori.
Okay.
I have a patch on my vest that says I ride for Lori, and I will always ride for Lori. I'm very proud of the people here, and that's I can't you can't go any more than that. My father was in the Air Force, and he served honorably for many years. He was in Thailand during Vietnam,
Okay.
and but I ride for him. My stepdad was in the Army Air Corps, and he flew the Burma Hump and got 2 silver stars for it, for what happened in 2 plane crashes. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah, it's very interesting to find out things like this whenever you start to get involved. They're neither of them are with us anymore, but I mostly ride for Lori.
Thank you for sharing her with us.
Yes.
All right, so let's talk about your experience on the run. How many times have you done it?
Well, 2015 was my first year as an
Okay.
FNG on Southern Route. I was one of the first people I know to ride all 4 routes all the way. And the reason I can say that is because I was on the 2020 ride on Sandbox with Bugs as I worked with him. So I have a list of the positions I've held. 2017 and 18, I was on the Southern Route as a staging team. 2019, I did finance for Southern Route. 2020 through 22, we planned Sandbox 3 times. Bugs, I was his administrative assistant due to the postponements. I was also on the outreach team in 2022 when we finally went. I think it was 2020. What was the first year of Sandbox? 2022? I think so.
I think that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. I was also the leadership support lead in finance on Southern Route in 22. In 23, I was the Sandbox leadership support admin again to the next route quarter. And then, and I was on the outreach team again in 2023. And then in 2024, I did Sandbox administrative assistant for Heidi. I think that was Blues year. And I was a support platoon leader in 2024.
Actually, 2019 was the first year of Sandbox.
That was the
that was the recon.
I was
year.
going to say,
the
that may have been a recon.
I did not go in the
because it
recon. In
wasn't
fact, I was
for everyone.
lucky. Bugs came up to me the night before he was leaving, and he says, or the night before he said, "Can you run the crew that washes the wall at DC?" And the year I washed the wall in DC. I made sure everybody showed up and turned them over to the National Park Service. There was really no task, but I just made sure everybody was there and everybody was in the right place.
So, Bonehead, spanning over the decade, like, what all positions have you actually held?
All those positions, plus assistant platoon leader, ambassador, and now I do the Marine Barracks event coordinator for the national for all 4 routes. And I've also going to be doing the missing man coordinator position. I filled, and I'd like some time later to talk about missing man on Southern Route and all the routes.
Oh yeah.
So I filled all those positions, a lot of positions for a lot of years. So I kind of settled down in 25. I found a guy, the other Boots, Boots MC, Roger from California. He took over the administrative tasks I was doing for Southern and for Sandbox. And my wife retired, and now we travel all summer long. So I have a toy hauler, and I move my bike to different places, and we travel. So
nice, I love it.
I get to work a little bit. I do consulting out of my trailer. I have an office up in my trailer, and I consult 4 hours a day, 3 days a week, just to pay for the RV spots. Helps pay for things.
That's good.
Yeah.
So we are 60 days out from Kickstands Up for the 2026 Run for the Wall. What are you doing to prepare yourself physically and mentally for this year's run?
Well, mentally, I stay in a state of veteran appreciation
Mm-hmm.
uh, all year long. That's every day is May is a saving. I think Jim McCrane, a hoofer,
Yep.
came up with
Yep.
that originally. Every
Yeah.
day is May, and I've used that as a calling card for me. I appreciate it's May yet, but I also like every day is May. And physically, I stay active walking my dog, hiking in the hills near my home because I have some Usury Park is up near my home. When I can, I get up there
What
and
kind
hike
of
there
dog
when
do you
it's not too
have?
hot. I have a cross between a Chihuahua and a Jack Russell, so he doesn't know whether to be mad at himself or not.
Oh my gosh.
He is such a funny dog. Chihuahuas bark, Jack Russells don't, and his one doesn't bark. It's crazy. And so, um,
What's
and
his
that's what
name?
I do. Minion,
Okay,
Minion.
cool.
like the little yellow hats.
Yes.
Yeah.
My wife named this one. I didn't do that.
That is funny. All right,
We're
so
dog
Yeah.
people, so we got to know about the dogs, right?
absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like we got to see
I
Boots
more I learn
dogs
about
on
dogs.
Central.
Yeah. What is it? The more I learn about people, the more I like my dog.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right,
Yeah.
so as someone who's done all four routes, you've gotten to see things differently. You've seen it all basically, and I'm curious to know like what are some of the highlights or some of your best experiences from being on Run for the Wall.
Uh, I have a favorite stop. I know you guys asked this question, so I'm going to put that in there,
Mm-hmm.
and that's Withville, Virginia.
Okay.
The former mayor always treats us so kind when we come in there, and the current mayor is always at the ceremony. We have an amazing park ceremony in the afternoon when we arrive. Calls this Run for the Wall second home.
Wow.
Um, we have a steak dinner that night, and we have our presentations and all our awards, and we have great raffles. We raise a lot of money for the next year, and we have a great music presentation by all the kids of Spiller Elementary School. They all come out and do a song, sing it, patriotic songs to us. And we load those kids up with swag, man. We give pencils and beads and dog tags, and we're giving them all kinds of stuff. And we just have a great time with the kids. And being an ambassador this year, I was allowed to go up on the sidewalk as I'm in down and prep the kids, getting excited about being there. And it was a lot of fun, and I really like Withville.
That's great.
Yeah.
So, would that qualify as your favorite meal on Run for the Wall, or do you have something else that's
It's right up there at the top, right to the catfish and hush puppies in Monroe, Louisiana. Barack Shriner Hall, man, that food is so good. They have the greatest sweet tea. I think my blood sugar like totally spikes every time I
I
go
was
in and
about to
drink
say
it two or
that's
three.
what
And they
Wait.
make these homemade mini pecan pies that I can eat like 9 of them, and they're so
Oh my
sweet and they're
gosh.
so good. I don't eat
That's
that many. I want to make sure everybody has one.
Wait,
But
so I want to double back because I may have been looking at something earlier. Did you clarify how many times you've done each route or no?
Central Route one time,
Okay.
not leadership.
Okay.
Southern Route uh, every other time except for when it was closed down, and then Midway Route one time in leadership.
Okay.
I was a tail gunner on First Platoon, and I also did administrative assistant to Jerry Wilkins one time.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And everybody knows how busy Corp is, so he sure appreciated my help.
Yep.
But yeah, but once you got to Southern, that was home for you.
Yeah, Southern is my home. That's I'm at the. I think Boots knows I'm at the Run for the Wall reunion in Angel Fire just about every year that I can get there, and I'm
Okay.
also at the Kerrville reunion every year. And but I've picked up Southern as a home. I love it. They're good people. All the routes have good people on them. I like all the routes
Absolutely.
and all the people on all the routes. And I was going to do an administrative task for Nick the year, and then I got called by Aaron, and they had changed the leadership on Southern Route, and he says, I absolutely need you on Southern Route this year. Can you please come back? Can you call Nick? And I said, I'll call Nick. And I called Nick and said, Nick, they just laid it on him at the last minute, and he needs to do this, and I really want to do it for him. Can you step out? And he said, yeah, I can handle it without you. And so I owe you guys an administrative position on Central, so I can say I've been in leadership on all 4 routes. But I can't honestly say that yet.
We'll keep that in mind.
Oh yeah, you will.
No, keep it in mind. Like we should transfer that over to like a board position.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Those need to be filled.
I've been offered, and I apologize. I don't want to do the national board. I love the national board. I think you guys are doing a great job. You need younger people in there. You guys are doing that job very well.
Oh man.
No, I don't know if I qualify as younger anymore, but thanks.
Yes, sir.
So, we know your road name is Bonehead. Now, tell us a story.
I promise not to swear when I tell it. Okay?
I've heard it, but tell it to everybody. Yeah, keep it clean. It's a family program here.
In February of 2009, the Apache Junction had their Lost Dutchman's Parade, and Superstition Hog had a space for about 50 bikes, and they had given them a certain amount of footage, and in the parade, and 3 bikes showed up because it was 40 degrees outside. And all these riders were fair weather riders. So 2 other riders showed up. I had a modified 2007 Harley Davidson CVO FLH SE3 or SE2 with cams, a 110-inch motor that had cams, intake, injectors all upgraded, and thunder headers. And it was bad. There's that bad word off. And I got to tell you, don't try this at home. I have to qualify this next statement with don't try this at home. But they gave us a large space, and if I rev the throttle just a little bit and I let it go pretty quick, I could lift the front wheel off the ground and ride it for about 10 or 15 feet. And then I have to set it down, and I would circle around and come back and get back in line. Well, I had done that for about 3/4 of the route, and as I was going to get back in line the last time, I'll lie here in a second, I hit horse manure. And when I hit horse manure, the bike went down. And of course, being the younger bonehead that I wasn't at that time. At that time, my road name was Go Fast. And I cracked my skull. And they put me in a helicopter. I said, can I look out the window? They said, no, he's combative. And they put me asleep. They put 10 metal staples in my head. And I was released from the hospital within 3 hours. My brother and then director of the chapter, his name was Big Tom Foster, and we called him Big Tom Foster because he was 6'20". He was really tall and really big.
6'20".
The next Sunday, the next day, he showed up in my house with a patch, and he got it from the Ghost Rider movie where Nick Cage rides up to see Sam Elliott in the cemetery in Ghost Rider, and he's on that shovel head and he falls down. And Sam Elliott says one thing, nice move, Bonehead.
Bonehead.
And so they showed up and parked all over the front of my house. There was 50 bikes in front of my house, and they showed up, and he gave me this patch. I was in my pajamas. I hadn't gone out. I wasn't going anywhere. I wasn't riding a motorcycle for a month or 2 because of my head injury.
Mm-hmm.
And he brought me the patch, and the whole chapter came over to make sure I was okay. And he gave me the Bonehead patch and said I have to put it on. And there's also a new rule in all Apache Junction parades now. It's called the Kyzer rule, where the motorcycles are always before the horses. They do not want to have. The insurance company said you put the motorcycles in front of the horses. They were afraid they were going to get sued. I never did anything.
You didn't actually go down wheeling. You went down turning around?
Turning around to come back to get back in position. Okay. It wasn't in the wheelie. The wheelie was actually, those were all very successful, and they were a great, the crowd was going crazy. They were loving it. Here's this old man on this big bike doing these wheelies, and it was crazy. So,
wait, does Batman know that story? Because I know from like a risk management perspective, he's probably like,
he knows it now.
Yeah, I know he listens to these, but
I don't do that anymore. I've grown up. I wear a helmet all the time, and I've not grown up, but I've just gotten a little less excited about lifting the front wheel off the ground. So,
what type of bike was that?
That was a 2010 2007 CVO FLHTCUSE, the Ski Ultra Classic.
They're
always
not
ride
easy to
Screaming
wheelie.
Eagles.
Yeah,
Huh?
they're not easy to wheelie.
I had a bunch of motor in that motor, buddy. I mean, a bunch of money in that motor.
Well,
My
I
last,
got
yeah,
I got 131 in amber here with a giant cam in it, and that thing it'll wheelie, but it'll scrape the exhaust pipes and the fender,
right.
and
Well, I'm
yeah.
not going up high like you see on the skid shows. You know what I'm saying? I'm lifting the front wheel, 6 to 12 inches off the ground and riding it so it'll go until it drops to the ground again. That's all I was doing. And it was fun.
Oh
Yeah.
my
It
goodness.
really was fun.
So what do you ride now?
So currently, I have a 2018 Harley Davidson CVO FLH TKSE. It's got 150,000 miles on it, mostly riding for veterans.
Wow.
It has a fresh power plant from Superstition Harley Davidson. I must plug Superstition Harley Davidson's mechanics and leadership team. Tom, the mechanic, he's the lead mechanic there. He built my motor. Matt, the service writer who made sure that, not service writer, service manager who made it, and Justin, who made sure that I got the deal that I wanted. I was at the end of a 7-year extended service contract. I had too many miles to extend it, and he said, "Look, there's a leak at your base gaskets. We need to replace this base gaskets." And when they took it apart, it was way out of spec, and it went back together so clean. That was done at 120,000 miles. It's got the larger cam. I think it's called a 512. Does that sound right to you, Boots?
It depends on the manufacturer of the cam.
Yeah. Large intake. It's got the big intake for the bigger motor, for the 130-inch motor. It's got the big ethers from that motor, and it's got an S&S exhaust system on it. So thanks again to Superstition Harley Davidson. What a great job they did on my bike. It rides like better than it did the day I bought it. So
yeah.
That's awesome.
Now, are you in the Superstition Hog chapter?
I am can I say I was for years. I was an officer for years. I go to meetings occasionally. I try to pay my dues in January. Sometimes I forget, but they welcome me with open arms. I actually have some events going on with the current director of Superstition Hog. His name is Matt, and we have some stuff going on for one of our brothers that fell. We lost him to his health issues. He was Army. He was in that first Air Cav. Was the feature of that movie? They Were Soldiers, or We Were Soldiers.
We Were Soldiers.
He was in that unit, and another person like he knew he probably served with Buzz's friend that he rides for, and he also was on Hamburger Hill. So he's a real hero, Silver Star kind of guy. And his name is Paul. He was a Nation of Patriots tail gunner and road guard for us, and in my Nation of Patriots job that I do, I'm the head road guard for Arizona's Nation of Patriots. And Nation of Patriots is an amazing organization. If you have financial needs and you're a vet and you have a 50% disability,
okay,
and you have a family and you find yourself in financial stress, please reach out to me, Mike.Kyzer@rftw.us. You can use that one. I'll get you on the right email after that. Kyzer spelled Kyzer. We can get you in touch with Nation of Patriots National or your state, and we can help you with one-time grants up to $10,000 for those who. And what the purpose of that is to prevent a permanent solution to a temporary problem, and hopefully reduce the number of 22s. We hear about that story so often, and our goal is to be able to be there for those people when a blown engine causes some guy to lose his job and the wife to take the kids and go to mom's house. And the next thing we know, we're reading about it in the paper. We don't want that to happen.
Right.
So we're there for those people. We need everybody out there to contact Nation of Patriots if they know a veteran with a problem, and we'll try to help them. There's a lot of organizations, but Nation of Patriots is one dedicated to veterans and their families with disabilities.
That's a great
Definitely
resource.
Take that down,
Yes, please.
because I work with veterans every single day. Now, with that many miles
Just
on
reach out
your
to me and I'll
bike,
give you details.
okay, with that
Yeah, go
many
ahead.
miles on your bike, I take it you ride out to California, right?
I ride everywhere I go. Until the last 2 years, I've gone into a toy hauler with my wife because she can't do the miles I do.
Right.
But now we use the toy haulers for the long miles in between. This year, I'll be taking my toy hauler to Florida, staging it, and then coming back on an airplane, getting on my bike and riding to California, and then riding across the country with Run for the Wall, followed by a ride down to Florida, and then we're gonna take the toy hauler and go to Maine. I heard it's cooler in Maine than Arizona.
A little bit.
I'll bet it is.
Yeah, I want to ride that national park, Acadia National Park on the coast. It's one of the newest national parks, and I want to ride that national park. So
That's going to
Nice.
be beautiful.
Yeah.
yeah, we ride just scenic stuff around where we camp at now.
Does your wife do the run with you?
She did 1 year, 2024. She was an F&G now, but she was in a car. So she actually
Okay.
pulled my truck and pulled a trailer, and we had a luggage trailer and leadership support trailer.
Okay.
And funny you should mention nuts, because we have F and Ray of Sunshine that we call Sunshine. Mark Henderson, he now drives that support truck.
Yep.
So Mark Henderson, he took over after Jeannie did her first year on it, and she didn't want to go back. She was just she wanted to do it once, say I did that, and I was glad she did. So
Wow.
Right on. All right. So, do you have any advice for FNGs, people who are just going to do the Run for the Wall this for the first time this coming May?
funny you should ask. Remember I said 13 pages? No.
Because this was a surprise
Keep it short.
question. No.
So yeah,
Keep
this
it
is
short, Bonehead.
I got it short, bro. You guys always on this podcast and on the Facebook page and on the Run for the Wall forum, there's lots of good advice about what to do before the run to get ready for the run.
Mm-hmm.
All those things are good. All those things are good. Do it all. Do it all. But now, plus on the run, show up early in the morning, stay late in the evening. Experience everything you can. Ride in the missing man formation. Go on outreaches. Take a stage or a cup of coffee, a water, or a snack.
Oh, great.
Never pass up an opportunity to thank a local for coming out to support us. Never. Even as an F&G, you can make a big footprint for us. And most of all, and I think you guys were talking about this last podcast, be flexible when things don't go the way you think they should. As Gunny says, semper gumby, always flexible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it may not go the way you think it is, but there's a reason for everything we do.
I think that's the best FNG advice we've ever had.
Thank you.
Yeah, I
That's
like
good.
that a lot because that's definitely not something I took advantage of my FNG year. I was pretty much like after dinner, I went to my room. But again, you guys, always do what's at your comfort level. I'm an introvert. No one wants to believe that, but I am. And I really do need that time to recharge. So, but I mean, people are still hanging out and connecting. And like, if you see a group of people sitting there, they will welcome you in. Just go chat and talk and yeah, get to know one another.
Yes,
about
it's important. It helps to build that family relationship. I think that's the most important thing I did my first year was to stick around. Don't rush to your bike and get out of there.
Yep.
Now, when I was doing finance, I had to go do the money thing, and we were still not using the credit cards and everything, and I had to run to the hotel room and count the money, which that sometimes looked like you don't want to know the story. There would be piles of money on the bed, trying to count all the money to go put it in the bank, and Buzz is always hovering over me to make sure that the money all gets there safely. So it was all good. We had a lot of people involved in that too. But yeah, get there, stay there. Do meet the other riders, meet the other FNGs, meet the guys that have been there. And if you don't mind, I'll segue right to what would I tell all riders.
Yeah.
And all those same things. But plus, you have one more responsibility as a veteran, and by veteran I mean previous rider on Run for the Wall, and that's your point of helping the FNGs feel at home. When you see an FNG sitting by himself, take your lunch and go there and sit with them.
We better not see an FNG sitting by themselves.
That's right.
It happens. I've seen it, and I've gone and sat with them and had lunch with them. Yes. And some of them are introverts like you are. So they go by themselves.
We can sit in silence.
Yeah. Well, then we'll walk over to sit in silence. Absolutely. And without them, without those FNGs, there is a point where there will be no next year, and I don't look forward to
Mhm.
that. And I'm so in tune with making sure we're with the FNGs all the way across the run.
Yeah. Yeah. I love what you said about getting out and meeting people. Don't just stick to your own platoon,
Mhm.
but especially take a stager a cup of coffee, because those stagers get out there so early in the morning. They're out there before anyone. Oh, dark 30. They're setting up. They're standing out there, flagging people in, staging people up. I've met quite a few stagers over the years, and I just think it's a great thing to do. Grab them a burrito, grab them a cup of coffee, take it
Mhm.
on out to there and say hello. So,
Yeah, if it's in the afternoon and it's hot, bring them some waters. If
yep,
it's in the afternoon, bring them some protein bars. You never know what they need. And if they don't need it, they'll give it to one of their other stagers that needs it. So, yeah, it's
yeah,
always important.
that's great. Now, Bonehead, you mentioned this coming year you are the missing man coordinator for Southern. Is that correct?
That is correct. About a month ago or so, we found out that the missing man coordinator that was going to do the run for Southern Route this year was unable to fulfill that mission. And I got a phone call from Kevin Short. We call him Short. He's the assistant route coordinator from Southern Route. And he says, listen, hear me out before you say no. And I said, okay. And because I went to ambassador for a reason, I needed the freedom and I needed to get away a little bit from all the work that's involved with being an administrative assistant. He says, I need a missing man coordinator. And he told me the story and he says, can you help us out? We could think of no one we'd rather do than you. And I was very honored. Those are great people. That's a hard mission. You spend a lot of time talking about those who before. And of course, I have a great, I think his name is Vernie Batten, the chaplain. He'll be doing a lot of the dealing with that responsibility for me. But I'm coordinating the list and creating the names for the list. And I've got it about 2/3 of the way through. For those of you who don't know, the missing man formation rides at the very front of the pack. You have the route coordinator, assistant route coordinator. The honor rider will be in position number 3. Position number 4 is an empty slot where we ride for someone who served this nation. And then right behind you, where you're the honor rider at number 3, there'll be position number 5, and that'll be a chaplain that'll be there for you to say a prayer with you or to reminisce with you or whatever you need a chaplain for. And then I'll be in position number 6. And none of the run for the wall routes moves an inch, not 1 inch without a missing man formation. And it's right at the front. On Southern Route, when you're going to ride in missing man, you move to support platoon for the entire day until you ride your hitch. So let's say you're on the last hitch of day 3. At the morning of day 3, you're going to go up with support. You're going to ride with support the entire day. That puts you at the front of the pack for an entire day.
I didn't know that. That's a great. That's really nice.
It makes it so I can find them.
Yeah.
Makes it easier for the missing man coordinator to find the person because I have the support platoon coordinator looking for those people and telling me about who's in the pack. Support platoon leader. So yeah, so that's the missing man. And we ask some questions. We ask your name. We ask you who you're riding for. We ask who you're. And if you can't find somebody to ride for, 1, we'll give you a bio. We have, as you guys know, we have stacks of bios.
Mhm.
Or 2, you can go to a place called thefallen.militarytimes.com. When you go there, you type in the name of your hometown and you press enter in a list like I did Mesa, Arizona, and 15 names came up that would be perfect to ride in the missing man formation.
Absolutely.
If you need to ride, if you have a trailer, well, we don't put trailers in the missing man coordinate. But if you get a hold of me soon enough, and I still have a few positions available, if you have a trailer and you still want to ride in missing man, we'll take your trailer it's got to be the first hitch of the day. Take your trailer and put it on a support truck because we usually have an empty support truck leaving breakfast. And we'll put the trailer up there. We'll strap it down with you. And then you can ride that first hitch in missing man. And then when your trailer will come off the support truck at the first stop. And you'll get it back and you'll go back to the trailer platoon. What do we call that? The wagon train?
Yeah.
So we just need to know what kind of bike you have. Preference is always given to F&Gs, Gold Star families, and those who are U.S. military active duty. Those three instantly front of the line. Anybody else? Have you ridden the Missing Man before? No. Well, let's get you on the Missing Man. Have you ridden the Missing Man before? Yeah, but I have another guy I want to ride for. Let's put you on the list. If we have a spot, we'll put you in it. So yeah, but all riders are eligible on Southern Route. We don't limit, and I don't think any of the routes actually do. When it comes time, we're going to find somebody to ride that because we're not moving without a Missing Man. So you will be invited up to ride a Missing Man if you're interested. So sign up or no. Mike.Kyzer, Kyzer, at RFTW.us. There's also posts on the forum and on the Run for the Wall Facebook page.
And that's just for Southern Route, but we have Missing Man formations on all 4 routes.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yes,
keep saying route, but if you're interested and you've never ridden on Missing Man, contact the Missing Man coordinator for the route that you're on. And
Correct.
all of those contacts are on the website. Just go to the route hub and look up the contacts and contact the Missing Man coordinator and let them know you're interested, and we'll do our best to get you there.
Thank
Now,
you for
Mike,
clarifying that.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you. I know we're running a little long, but this is really, really important. You're involved in the Marine Barracks Friday evening parade in Washington, D.C. And I wanted you to just talk a little bit about what that is and what it means and how Run for the Wall participants can sign up to go participate in that.
Thank you. 2 years ago, Sergeant Major from the Southern Route asked me to start to take on this responsibility, and I agreed. Basically, it's it's not a ride; it's an event. And on Friday, when we arrive in Washington D.C., we will gather at 8th and I Streets in Washington D.C. I send out details to everyone that signed up the week before we leave for D.C. on exactly where to meet, the coordinates, the pin, and where to meet, what time to be there. We enter as a group through the group entry, and we there's on the south side of the building. There's a group entry at the Marine Barracks, and we're usually seated right in front, right in the very front of the right in front by the where everything goes on, and we get to see the Ordnance Band, which is a Marine Corps band, and we get to see the silent drill team, which is just amazing to watch those guys. And I've actually seen somebody drop a rifle. But it's not something you're looking for, but it happens. And I've seen that happen. But yeah, when we get, and they've actually called us out and said, we'd like to welcome our special guests, Run for the Wall 2025 or whatever it was. And you get to sit right up front. Usually, it depends how many people are there. This is a busy year because of the 250th. So I've actually got almost 100 people signed up right now.
Wow.
And I've been in contact with the barracks, and they know we're coming, and they're expecting us, and they'll bring us in through the special door at the time when we're allotted our time, and we'll all go there. And please join us. Again, Mike.Kyzer at RFTW.us if you're interested in doing the Marine Barracks event. Also posted on the Facebook page and the
It's on a website
forum.
too.
And it's on the website. Thank you for
Yeah.
fixing that one error. But
Yeah, if you go to the Run for the Wall website and you pull down the routes main menu, you'll see there's a Marine Barracks Washington D.C. Friday evening parade page, and that has a whole bunch of information. It also has a link to Mike's email.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate that. Yeah, we're really looking forward to it. It's a fun event. We had a lot of fun. I picked up a 250th anniversary of the Marine Corps coin there last year. That was available only from the Marine Corps. So it was pretty cool. Yeah.
Very good.
All right. Well, that brings us to Tech Tips with Ted.
Here we go. All right. So I've talked about helmets before and different types of helmets and all that stuff, but how do you know when it's time to replace your lid? So I thought I'd talk about how long do helmets last and what degrades them. So most motorcycle helmet manufacturers recommend replacing your helmet every 5 years of use or 7 years from the date of manufacture, whichever comes first. And the date of manufacture is usually right around your chin strap, and there'll be a date there. But it's really important. Don't wear an old helmet. Why? Well, helmets don't last forever. Even if the helmet looks fine, the materials degrade. Like I said, that inner liner is made of something called EPS, which stands for, it's crazy here, expanded polystyrene foam. Well, that EPS liner becomes brittle over time, reducing its ability to absorb crash energy, and that's why we wear a helmet. Also, sweat, oils, UV light, and temperature changes break down adhesives and foam and the padding. And the interior padding compresses, making the helmet looser and less protective. You want a helmet to fit snugly. So, if you ever crash in a helmet and hit your head in it, it's time to replace it. If you drop your helmet on the ground, like if it's dropped on grass, probably not. If it's dropped on dirt, concrete, asphalt, definitely replace it. If the shell is cracked or the liner is damaged, replace it. If the strap is loose or fails, replace it. For daily riders, a helmet will last between 3 and 5 years. I get about 2 years out of a street helmet. If you're riding occasionally, no more than 5 years. The absolute limit is 7 years from the date of manufacture. Again, that date of manufacture is under the chin strap. You can look at your helmet and see it. And the bottom line is, if your helmet is about 5 years old or older, it's time to start shopping for a new one, even if it still looks good. So you can wash your helmet liners, and that will prolong the life of your helmet because, oil from sweat and everything else. On my race helmet, I wash it after every single track day. I take that liner out, I wash it in Woolite, hang it to dry, put it back in the helmet. Another thing that I wanted to mention, and where do you store your helmet when you take it off your head? So the Arai guy, Arai is a helmet manufacturer, and I happen to wear an Arai on the racetrack. The Arai representative told me, when you take your helmet off your head, put it on the ground because it can't fall on the ground if it's already on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
He said, and I told him I usually put mine on the mirror of my motorcycle. He said, if that helmet falls from the mirror of your motorcycle to the ground, you just destroyed a $1,000 helmet. So don't put it on the mirror, Ted. Also, sport bike riders are notorious for this, and I ride sport bikes too. But I see it. I see it a lot. Sport bike riders, even out on the racetrack, we take our helmets off and we put it where? Right on the tank in front of us. You can't really do that on a Harley, but on a sport bike, it's a big tank, flat tank right in front of you. You put that helmet down on the tank. Well, guess what? The fuel tank vents through the gas cap, and that gas fumes rapidly break down the EPS lining, which will destroy a helmet quicker than anything. So never, ever, ever put your helmet down on your fuel tank. That is bad news. Take your helmet off, put it down on the ground. You could carry a little rag like I do, a little old dish towel. I throw it down on the ground. I put my helmet down on that dish towel so it doesn't get dirty or whatever. It just goes in the tour pack. Also, if you have a tour pack's a great place to store your helmet. So that's it. Be safe out there. Buy a good helmet. Don't buy a cheap one. If they, like they used to say, if you have a $10 head, wear a $10 helmet. And we'll see you out on the road.
One more quick thing.
Bring it.
Don't hang your helmet upside down on your handlebars and go into lunch. Because if it rains while you're at lunch, you're coming out to a bucket full of water.
That's right.
Did you find out the hard
I've done
way?
It.
Yes. Did you find out the hard way?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, man. All right. Well, thank you all for today's Tech Tips with Ted. Now, we do not have any listener letters or questions this episode, but like I said, we are 60 days from kickstands up. So if you all have information that you need or want to know, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. All right. Do you all have anything else before we wrap this episode up? No?
Thank you for inviting me.
That's all you got to say, Bonehead? That's it?
Yeah, I think I'm done. 13 pages is enough.
All right. Well, thank you very much for coming on our podcast, especially with short notice. I really appreciate it. I do want to acknowledge you for all you do for Run for the Wall. You are everywhere. You know, you're an Angel Fire. You're at the Arizona monthly meetups. You're just always ready to do something, ready to lend a hand, and the rest of us notice and appreciate it very much. And
Thank you.
you're just a great asset to the run.
Thank you.
Yeah, we
Appreciate
really
it
do
very much. This is
appreciate
a
you.
great podcast. I watch it as soon as I can, every time it comes out, and I'm always going, but wait, and then you guys fix it, and then it's okay. So it's fine. I love this organization. I've I think I've come pretty close with Gunny, and Gunny's a great guy. And
Yeah.
I always told him, I said, one of these years I'm going to ride with you instead of riding with the pack. And he says, well, you better hurry up. So guys, I'm telling you, we love Gunny, but there may not be a lot of years where he's going to be able to do the ride all the way anymore. I'm sure he'll be on a motorcycle till he dies. That's what I love the man. Thank you, Gunny Gregory, for what you put together for us. 35 years today, this year,
Absolutely.
36 this year. And I got to say three names. This is for Gunny: Hargrave, Hall, and Marshall. The last three from Vietnam. We ride for them.
Yep. Absolutely.
All right. So, with that being said, if you all still need more information on Run for the Wall, by all means, visit us at the Run for the Wall website, www.rftw.us. If you'd like to be a part of the podcast as one of our guests, or you just have experiences that you would like to share via letter, or you have questions, comments, suggestions, make sure you get that to us at pod, that's POD, at rftw.us. So, with that being said, until next time, how far are we going?
All the way.
That's right.
Every day is May.
Every day's May.